Hello there, welcome to yet another Abyss Clear, this time for 4.1 rotation. So, so this horse gave me an actually a pretty hard time. Not because it's difficult, but I didn't know exactly what to do. Like I saw it on the overworld and obviously it wasn't a big issue. So like I didn't know how bad this electro shield can be, and it made me pull ayaka into the hutao thing, which is like an interesting concept. It's something that I really always wanted to do. And the reason why I'm using ayaka instead of Ganyu, you may have seen me use Ganyu with this team previously, is because while Ganyu can get rid of the shield, it's not as fast as ayaka. Ayaka's charge attacks are really good for damaging this electro shield. Much better than Ganyu, burst and charge shots. So yeah, combine that with the burst and the fact that I can melt that burst with hutao, then not only like we get rid of the shield fast, but we are also doing a lot of damage, and it's something that I always wanted to do. I really like melting Ayaka's burst with hutao. It's just not that easy, especially because with high ping my switches are slower, so like hutao takes longer to come into the field and actually do damage. And besides, like Ayaka's burst doesn't apply that much cryo as it seems to do. I'm pretty sure you need like C2 to do that better. But anyways, those two work perfectly for that horse, and that's exactly what I needed. So yeah, Hyperbloom things as usual. I'm not too happy having to pull out Hyperbloom for almost nearly every rotation. I wanted to play Nilu Bloom, but the thing is that hutao is really bad at these walls right now. So it was hard to like get these restarts here if I swapped the order. So what has that to do with using Hyperbloom? Well, I wanted to use Nilu Bloom since I have Nilu. I really enjoy playing her, but she doesn't do well with bosses. And this side has two bosses after this, so it's not great. I was kinda like forced into using Hyperbloom this time. It wasn't my choice. I guess if I didn't want to swap teams, which I don't really like doing. I like having a clean clear where you only use two teams. So yeah, these three guys are quite difficult actually with this team. Like, I only have Kokomi, and well, I'm not sure how much damage to the shield Cookie and Sucrose are doing. So it's mostly Kokomi. So I barely got the time here. Like, yeah, this guy to clean up this guy, or like only like 4 seconds left. 5 seconds left. That's pretty close, honestly. And Hutao wasn't bad on the other side either. So yeah, I had like bad grouping. Like ideally you want to get close to one and the other two teleport, so all of the three are together and you can like hit them with the jellyfish and whatnot. So yeah, so here we are, and now I'm stuck with Ayaka in this team, and honestly she feels pretty good. It was pretty good. I had to change my build a little bit. She normally has her Lizard Strayer set for freeze. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I couldn't use freeze because my first team actually kinda sucks. I don't have Kazuha. I will never have Kazuha. And my other option is Sucrose, since I don't have Venti. Sucrose is not bad on freeze, but she isn't great. And yeah, I kinda suck at it. So that's another reason why I didn't use freeze. Like, my only other team option was Wanderer. But yeah, like my Wanderer team doesn't seem to be ready. Like, I'm really only missing 2 constellations on Farusan for C6. And I tried to play it as it is with C4. The rest of the team is pretty much done. It's like Bennett and Lyra. But I don't know, I can make it work. Like, I need to like practice or learn better. Like the idea of that team is just to swirl cryo and pyro from Bennett's burst and Lila's burst. But most of the time I'm not swirling cryo, and Lila's heal is not that great. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't comment on the Earth Chamber because it's mostly just like hitting hard with hutao, ayaya and Raiden and not getting hit by using Songli. The team is very simple. Just as simple as this is. This is really just Hyperbloom. I thought this wasn't gonna work. But like this is not the version that has the cryo shield, so like it's perfectly fine to just use Endro here. I kinda mix them all the time. So yeah, just Hyperbloom away. Honestly, there's not much more to say. So the next chamber, and I forget, it's just like 3 Fatui members. For some reason, these early Fontaine rotations seem very easy. So like we get like 3 Fatui here, which is just kind of good for this team because it's mostly single target oriented. The Hutao and whatnot, right? So yeah, like we are not getting bosses, but we are getting these, which is even easier, honestly. So yeah, and this was very unfortunate. She dodged my burst with Raiden. That's so sad. Like my Raiden doesn't really hit that hard. My burst barely reaches 100k sometimes when I'm lucky. So it's kind of sad that she dodged that. It's the only way I have to do damage to Raiden pretty much. Although like I keep riding this team because her flashes they're pretty useful. Like look at this. Like the damage doesn't seem that much, but it's definitely helping, and yeah, it's nice. When I get put in, I'm gonna try to do overvape with this team, so replacing Ayaka, I guess. Oh yeah, and then this is mostly so. This is something that I do wrong, and I don't know why I keep doing this, but like if you use Songli and you want to burst, you burst, and then you do the shield. But a lot of the times, I just cast the pillar, get the shield, and then burst. That's a waste of time for your shield. Because when you're bursting, like, you're immune, and his burst has like a lot of iframes. And after that, everyone gets purified if they are not bosses. So it's better to just get the shield after the burst. But for some reason, half the times I do it backwards. I don't know why. Then we have this UFO looking boss. This is the first time I see him. Haven't yet found it on the overworld. And I really like these explosions he does. I don't know, it looks cool. It sounds cool mostly. I think the sound effect helps it a lot. But yeah, I was happy that there's no like additional mechanic, that this guy doesn't force you into using an element like certain other boss from Sumeru that wants you to use Electro. I hated that. That's another way to force me into using Hyperbloom. Just put that enemy. So yeah. And yeah, this is just pretty much just tanking the huge explosions with Kokomi and just doing Hyperbloom things. And that's it. Pretty simple, honestly. I still had a lot of fun. Also, I had fun figuring out the horse. But yeah, nothing like too bad this time. I'm guessing the early versions, let's say for any given new nation, the early rotations for Abyss are always like these, I guess. I don't remember like Sumeru having bad rotations at the start either, so we're gonna see later on what happens. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Any kind of suggestions for teams or for team building are welcome. Here are my builds. As you can see, my Ayaka, it's quite weird the way she is, so like I wasn't gonna use Blizzard Stray if she's not freezing enemies. So yeah, had to come up with something. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.